Okay, we're ready to put the radio tray front frame assembly together. These are all the parts you'll need. It's primarily made up of two side frames, a gyro tray, a battery tray, and the spacers you need to put those together. You want to make up the battery tray and the gyro tray. Going to use the 2mm flathead socket bolts. There's a side with beveled holes. That's the side the bolts go in. The other side has these frame spacers. The spacers all have flats on them. The flat side obviously goes up against the graphite. Use thread lock on this. These parts are going to be complete. The battery tray and the gyro tray are tab and slot affairs with the radio tray side frames. You can see the slots. The battery tray goes on the lower tab. It'll push in. The gyro tray goes on the upper tab. Now these slots are cut really tight. You may need to open them up just a little bit with a small file. You may not. They may fit perfectly. I had to open mine up just a little bit. They fit tightly. Now you can retain the left side with the 8mm bolts. Once you get the trays pushed into the slots, you're going to want to retain them with 8mm bolts. Two positions on the battery tray. Only use the front position on the gyro tray at this point. You can put these in with thread lock because they're in their final position. So now we can put the right side plate on. It's going to be held on with 8mm bolts. You want to leave again the one out on the back of the gyro tray like we did on the other side, and you'll see why shortly. So to install the radio tray, we're going to need to engage these tabs on the front frame plates into the slots on the existing chassis plate. In order to do that, you're going to have to pull the plates apart just a little bit. That's why we left the bolt out of the back of the gyro tray, so we can spread the frame just a little bit. So it'll slip over the clutch block like so. You spread it slightly, put the tabs into position. The front's going to have to go down. Once you do that, the tabs lock in really nice. The machining is really tight on these. At that point, we can put the bolts in. So the bolts for each radio tray frame are the two 8mm bolts that go into the clutch block, the two 8mm bolts that go into the bottom of the motor frame, and then the one 8mm bolt that we had left out on the gyro tray, so that you can spread the frame apart. And it'll be the same on both sides. So here you see the chassis with a completed radio tray on it. It's fully bolted on, ready for the next step, which is going to be to put the landing gear on.